Hey there, internet land. I wanted to do a quick video to show you some stuff about how I operate my tarot setup. I know that there's a lot of questions about what's the best practices to use, and what are some of the, I guess, myths that were told about tarot cards and how to do basic tarot stuff. So some of this is stuff that I kind of forget about because I've been doing tarot for almost 20 years now, so I kind of forget those first few questions that we have about how we're even supposed to make our setup, how we're supposed to shuffle, how are we supposed to pick cards, how are we supposed to store our cards, how are we supposed to cleanse our cards, all of that stuff. So I'm hoping to get into some of that today, and hopefully it helps you out. So I have here, I put my tarot scarf. This is actually what I keep my tarot cards in. So these are my main, ooh, look at what card's on bottom. Ooh. These are my main precious baby tarot cards that it's my good old Rider-Waite deck that I've had for probably 15 years. Ooh, yeah, I think 15 years. So this is the deck that I use to do all of my readings on, all of my gigs on. I like to use Rider-Waite because it has all of that intentional symbolism in it that, really all of the other decks are kind of copying Rider-Waite. And so I like to go back to the OG source. There's a lot of beautiful decks that I really do enjoy using for my own personal readings. But as far as when it comes to reading for other people, I want all of that symbolism and all of those images that I know are in the Rider-Waite deck. I want that there to be able to use it to explain to people when I'm giving them a reading, look at what's going on in this card. This is why this is significant to you. And when we get into the other decks, they're gorgeous, mind you. And I do love collecting tarot decks. And yes, do buy me tarot decks. Just kidding. But I do love collecting them, but as far as giving readings on them to other people, I don't generally, and that's just what works for me. The reason I do this is because, if I'm missing some of those symbols or images that I know are in Rider-Waite and they're not there all of a sudden when I want them and in a different deck, and I'm trying to explain it to somebody, that just makes it harder. And what I find myself doing is explaining what it is in the Rider-Waite deck, and so I'm like, screw it, I'm just going to use the Rider-Waite deck. So I do have people that maybe side-eye me, other tarot readers that have side-eyed me for using the Rider-Waite deck. I'm like, oh, you're still using the Rider-Waite deck? And like, yeah, I will always be still using the Rider-Waite deck. It's the best deck. So anyways, another thing is, so this is just an old scarf that I bought at a clothing store years ago, and happened to be right when I was getting into tarot. And, the question being, what are we going to store our cards in? Some people like to store them in a special wooden box. Some people like to store them in a silk scarf or some beautiful, special type of cloth or tapestry or something like that. So I have used this scarf since like day one. And the reason that I like to use this scarf is because, first of all, it's cotton. And I am a cotton girl. I am a loose, comfy fabrics girl. I am not a silk lady, okay? I don't own silk. I don't do well with silk. It's too fancy for me. I would immediately snag it, and there's a lot of stuff I read online about, oh, store your tarot cards in a silk cloth. And I'm like, what is this? Like the Silk Road? I don't understand why it's got to be silk. The other thing is, I travel with my tarot cards. I go and do all kinds of parties and gigs and stuff, and silk doesn't travel well. Silk is going to get snagged or damaged. Like, it's a very fancy, delicate cloth. So I like good old cotton. And, when you think about it, cotton's nice and flexible and breathable. And so I feel like it's just really easy breezy, beautiful, and all that energy can come through the fabric to my cards, even when they're being stored in the fabric. So when I store my tarot cards, I really just wrap them up in this cloth, kind of like a burrito. So that's that's my method for storing my cards. And then I keep them in my little tarot backpack and travel all over town doing tarot. So the next thing I wanted to discuss, or, you know, real quick, whatever you want to store your cards in is totally fine. I just wanted to mention, I also don't like to use a wooden box to store my tarot cards, because to me, my tarot cards are like an extension of myself. And, you know, you can feel your own energy in your tarot cards. And theoretically, you can feel other people's energy in your tarot cards when you're reading for them. So in that vein, a box just seems like so cold to me. Like, if this has so much human energy in it because we're constantly reading for people or doing tarot, it seems like putting my precious baby cards in like a coffin, and I don't like that for them. I want them to be very close to me. I want them to be nice and warm in my home. I want them to have a nice little bed of some kind of fabric. I don't want them just sitting in a cold, dead, hard box, because it feels coffin-y to me.